question because I'm curious to hear answers. I heard a couple of times that there was a comment made that white women should know better. So my question is, one, how can they know better? Because one of the things, you know, in answering that question, I think about, we know about cancer, right? But I can't know about cancer unless I've had it. So how can white women know how to do better by black women or black people if they have not been through what black women and black people have had to go through? Second question, why should they know better? Just simply why? Why are we even asking them, you should know better? Why? When at this point, we've been here, our people, approximately 460 years. When are they going to know better? And why should we even care at this point? At this point, we should be kind of, thank you, ma'am. The other thing, absolutely, if this doesn't happen, and again, we've been here approximately 460 years, what should our response as black women be at this point? Now keep in mind, I don't know if anyone in this room has been in a physically violent relationship, an emotionally abusive relationship, sexually abusive relationship. And we encourage women who are in those types of relationships to do what? Get out. In less than 460 years. So, those are my questions.
Yeah, so I think I expect white women to do better because of the toll that it's taken on their souls, right? I think that it's a really critical move that we need to make from white people helping black people of color, or black people and people of color, to a concern for their own souls, right? Like Martin Luther King writes about this, James Baldwin writes about this, and this is a plug for I'm Not Your Negro, which was fantastic, writes about, I think white people should be concerned with what happens to them when they inflict violence for so long on other people. What that makes them become. And so I don't want white women to do better because they feel sorry for me or they want to save me. I don't need that. My black people are strong and can handle ourselves. I want white people to be concerned with their own souls. Yeah. And yeah, yeah, get out. I'm there, quite personally. Yeah, there's a movement happening in this country. I mean, Nation of Islam is really like only one part of that. Others are working working on black land retention, like black farmers, black landowners are losing their land at an astronomical rate, and so that I see that as part of the movement. There are folks writing and studying maroon societies as resources for what does it look like for how we govern ourselves and where we're going to go, right? I think that some of us may want to go back to the continent. Some of us see movements like Marcus Garvey or Liberia or those as not necessarily where we need to be. Some of us see our place as here, right? Like our blood is in this soil, and so, you know, working all the kinks out with indigenous folks whose blood is also in this soil. I think Get Out, not the movie, just like the notion of like Get Out is less about leave the land and more about, yeah, all of that, all of what you said. I want to affirm that.